The church in New York now faces a pivotal moment in its fight to protect human dignity. Bishop Robert Brennan joins us now. Hi, Bishop.
Hi, Christine.
So, Bishop's New York's bill, as it's written, only applies to people who have an incurable and irreversible illness with 6 months or less to live. But what does this mean for people who are diagnosed with a grave illness? Will their care be changed? Are you worried they'll be pressured to enter this procedure?
Those are very important questions. First of all, I'm not sure that I believe that that's how it'll stay. Experience has shown us otherwise. You use that term slippery slope. We're already sliding pretty fast along those slippery slopes. You know, it goes back to with the legalization of abortion, this whole culture of death that the sainted Pope John Paul II talked about, or to quote the late Pope Francis, the throwaway culture. You know, so we're already on that trajectory, and boy, we're taking a big slide now with this assisted suicide. Yeah, well, incurable illnesses with 6 months to live with a free choice. Well, there's no checks. There's no checks to see that it's really a free choice. There's no psychological background. There's no no accounting for coercion or for depression, mental illness. There were all kinds of problems with this particular bill. The very concept of assisted suicide is a serious moral issue. But now, couple that with how poorly this bill is written, it's a disaster.
Yeah, are you concerned for the disabled? Because, as you know, Canada recently broadened its law to extend the option to people with disabilities.
Exactly. And what happens is now, you know, they say, well, we're making it easier. But what they're doing is they're making you less free. I'm very concerned about the freedom of individuals to make these choices when there's coercion all around you. And it'll be in subtle ways. Who's going to decide what kind of procedures or what kind of care will be covered, whether it be under government programs or under insurance? Because there's a very cheap option available now.
Yeah, well, that's scary.
When you see that, when you see the pattern of regulations on Catholic health care, on the dignity of life, coupled with the shrinking reimbursements for care, long-term care, care for the elderly, you see it happen all the time. So how free is somebody to make that choice when there's no way to pay?
It's really hard. And according to the bill, in order for a person to get a doctor's help to commit suicide, they have to provide a written and oral request, and they have to administer the prescriptions themselves. But as you've said already in the past, we're already dealing with a suicide crisis in this country. So what message does this send?
And this is where we're going to try to be hopeful with the governor. She's given indications that she would sign it, but she's taking it under consideration. Well, I hope she'll take it under consideration in a way that's consistent with her bold actions in terms of suicide prevention. We're sending a very mixed message. As soon as you say, there are times when life is not worth living, what message are you sending to somebody who's suffering severe crises?
So the bill still needs to be signed by Governor Hochul. In the meantime, what should Catholics do? I mean, we should still fight it, right?
Absolutely. We'll make our voices heard. The bishops certainly will. But I think it would be important that people themselves, not only Catholics, but that there's a whole coalition of people who are very deeply concerned about this. And it's so important to make our voices heard. What else can we do? We can pray. We can pray. And maybe even do penance, because, again, we live in this throwaway culture. You know, God have mercy on us here in New York State. God have mercy on us in the United States. We are living in very tough times.
Hi, I'm Christine Persichetti, anchor of Currents News. If you like what you saw, please hit the like button on this video. And if you want to see more content just like it, subscribe and click on the bell for notifications. Thanks for watching, because we are putting your faith in the news.